Hello, and welcome to Color Commentary. I'm TJ, and I'll be talking about Star Trek Discovery, Episode 6. Um, this show is getting better and better with every episode. The character development is awesome, and the special effects in this show, that Paramount, CBS is spending the money. They doing their job to bring you excellent Trekness. I gotta say that. And now for spoilers on this Christmas Eve. We're talking about Star Trek Discovery, Season 4, Episode 6. Woo! Let's just say I gotta say, so far, this has kind of been like my favorite episode of the season so far. I'm hoping that it just gets even better and better, and that with each new episode, I'm able to say that about each one. That means that it's progressively gotten even better. But this one, oh yeah. We got a rift in subspace that's been left behind by the anomaly. And the Discovery is going to go inside and investigate. They need all the information they can get about this thing. They need to figure out some way to deal with it. On a personal level, Burnham is making a family tree. Because from last episode, when she gave the little family ball back to the lady, that the prisoner that I didn't care about last episode, which is why I didn't talk about him, gave it to her to give back to the family. So now family on her mind, and she in connections, and so she done made herself a new little family tree or whatever. So that was kind of cool, and she put everybody on there that I thought would probably be on there for her, that she feel like is family to her. So that was cool. I like seeing that they trying to make connections in this new era that they in, the whole Discovery crew, because they so far in the future, everybody that was their family is lost, and any connections to their family now would be strangers. They would have to, form new connections with these people if anybody from their bloodline survived this long. So that was cool to see. But yeah, they got to go inside this subspace hole, a tear, ripping space, and yeah, Discovery's going in, but they can't, just black alert themselves in there, and it's going to be a bumpy ride, or so they thought, because Book having a big issue with, dealing with the loss and everything. He's still going on with that. I thought they was really going to piss me off with that this episode, because the way he started off, I'm like, come on, not again. We every episode we got to spend at least 15 minutes talking about how sad Book is. Come on, but they didn't do that. They did not do that. I was very glad. So he is still very anxious to do something, and on edge, trying to find out who did this to his planet, who killed his people like this, and why. Why would you do that? Woo, baby, let me tell you. They go ahead and go inside this anomaly, right? Meanwhile, oh yeah, Burnham they called all of the senior staff to the bridge for this mission, because everybody got to be on deck for this. It's very important. And the dude that just got his body back, got a body for the first time. Last episode, or was it the episode before? I can't recall. Anyway, he, and once everybody went to do their respective jobs, he was pretty much left alone, in the cafeteria area by himself. He didn't have nobody else to talk to, because he's not really a crew member. He's literally a passenger. So he had a lot to deal with there, and I was kind of feeling kind of sad for him a little bit. Like, yeah, you genuinely gonna got nothing to do. But while they were preparing to get ready for this mission to go inside, Saru and Burnham are talking on the turbo lift, of course, and who chimes in? But Zora, and Saru giving Burnham side eye like, is the computer okay? Is this gonna be all right with these emotional things? You know, because that's a new development for them. Zoro is developing emotions, but of course, along with the development of these emotions comes a lack of understanding on how to deal with said emotions. So that was a large chunk of this episode, with the new dude helping her understand how to, deal with being in a new form, and how to deal with the processing of all this new information and sensory input and all this kind of stuff. Because once they went in the void, they couldn't get no information, found out nothing about it. They couldn't, no readings whatsoever, and they just couldn't understand why. Space is it's got stuff in it, and even subspace has stuff in it. Whereas anything, except for this barrier that seems to degrade everything, that sent the dot out to see how far it go. It went about 6,000 meters out before it got disintegrated, and then apparently they found out it was shrinking. Yeah, because they sent another thing out to try to figure out what, if they could learn anything about what this thing was. And that's what they learned. They learned that it's shrinking, that it's coming closer, and they got this amount of time to get the heck out. But they had to figure out a way to get out, which was awesome. Because they learned a couple of things. They learned that the subspace hole, one, that is from a different galaxy. This anomaly came from a different galaxy. Oh, well, first off, they tried to black alert their behinds up out of there, and it didn't work. And Book got fried with some kind of strange energy. So they were studying this energy that was in his brain, which in turn gave him massive dreamlike hallucinations, into which he saw his father that he hates, and that was a thing. So yeah, there's that. But through that, he did gain some type of catharsis as well, dealing with his feelings about his father, and the things that his father was saying to him was basically things that was in the back of his head anyway. And I'm glad he came to face with that and dealt with that situation, so we don't have to deal with that anymore, hopefully. Him worrying about Burnham not being on his side, and nobody caring about the loss, and all of that stuff. I'm really hoping they didn't go there, because I'm like, that's going to be a whole waste of an episode. Please don't do that to me, Discovery. Please. And they didn't, so I'm glad about that. But yeah, they tried to get out of there. He got shot. They studied the energy inside of his brain, and which is how they found out that this energy actually came from a different galaxy. It didn't come from our galaxy. It came from an outside our galaxy, which is awesome. It's what I said last week. I said it's going to be some aliens we never seen before, never encountered. You know what I'm saying? And it only makes sense. I mean, Star Trek has ever only explored the Milky Way galaxy. And granted, the Milky Way galaxy is ginormous, and it's a lot to be found within it. Which brings up why and how are there some crap fracking aliens from another galaxy coming to our galaxy and wreaking havoc? What is the problem? What, y'all jacked up y'all galaxy? Y'all going galaxy to galaxy, jacking up galaxies? What the hell going on here? That's the biggest mystery, and that's the one I want to know. I want to know the answer to that. But in order to get out of this void, they had to come up with a plan, right? They had to figure out what to do. First, Burnham had to have a heart-to-heart, literally, with Zora, the computer, and let her know, emotions are new to you, I know, but they're real, they're important, and I believe you can deal with it, you can make it through, and all that good stuff. She gave her an excellent speech. And the talk they had on the bridge, when they were trying to get out the void, just her and Burnham, just Zora and Burnham, I gotta admit, brought me to tears a little bit, got a little watery, a little misty-eyed, because it was just so strong, like, Burnham, this is why you're the captain. I love it. I love her as the captain. This is awesome. This is so awesome. But everybody on the ship had to go into the pattern buffers on the teleporter. So to wait it out, because there was no way that they were going to survive the bubble thing hitting the ship and make it out through the thing. So they had to cut off everything and make sure the ship was jacked by the time they got out of it. And they making, repairs, of course, because they did get out. Burnham survived. She had on her little EVO suit, and she survived. Everybody else got out because she trusted Zora to get everybody out the pattern buffers, and everybody made it out the pattern buffers. That many people, a whole ship full of people, sitting in the pattern buffer. I was like, well, we done had Star Trek movies, from the 80s on up and show where, the pattern buffer on the transporter is can be iffy sometimes. But, so when they said it, I'm like, everybody? Oh, I hope we make it, And they did. I was glad. I'm like, okay. Whew, we already lost one crew member that went out the hole. It's like, hey, Burnham, every mission she gone, she got to lose at least one crew member. But, it'd be nice if it wasn't actual Discovery crew members, because those people are literally like ancient and old in this time. And so we don't need to lose them. We need to keep them and their knowledge. which is what helped them get out. Because I can't think of the guy's name on the bridge. If you guys know, put it down in the comments below. But he came up with yet another thing that he know about. Sonar, of course, we know about sonar. But, they was like, what's that? And he had to explain it to them, and that's how they ended up getting out. So Discovery's ancient knowledge, if you will, is very important to this show. They need to not be killing off Discovery people left and right. I'm just saying. Man, oh man, oh man, this show. Man, oh man, oh man, this show. I love it. I love it. See you guys next week for episode 7, Star Trek Discovery. It's just great. They're really ramping it up. And who are these aliens? Who are they? I know we're not going to see them probably anytime soon, but I want more information. I need to know why and where and the how come. Like what is it? Just like a conquering thing, or is it like loose technology? Y'all started something and it went off on its own and it just hasn't ever stopped. This is like the umpteenth galaxy it went to. In the original galaxy is like 20 galaxies away from where it actually came from. Like, what is this thing? They got me curious. I guess they got me. So, see you guys next week for next week's episode. Y'all have a great week and enjoy your Christmas. Bye-bye.